I'm the communications manager here at WCRC, and I'll be your meeting host along with our project managers. This morning, I'll go over a few meeting instructions before turning it over to staff for the presentation about the project, and then we'll open the meeting up for your questions. Joining me today is Project Manager Kevin Dubnicki and Senior Project Manager Nate Murphy. This meeting audio and video is being recorded and will be posted to the project page on wcroads.org in the next 2 days. After the presentation, you'll be asked to virtually raise your hand during our Q&A section of this presentation. I'll provide instructions at that time and how to do this from either your computer, the Zoom app, or your phone. FYI, the chat feature for this meeting is turned on, and if you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to ask it in the chat, and we'll address it during the Q&A portion of this presentation. And now, the floor is yours, Kevin.
Hey, Tiffany. Good morning. My name is Kevin Dubnicki, and I'm an engineer for Washtenaw County Road Commission and project manager for this project. We'll do our best to give you an overview of the project and answer some of your questions after the presentation. WCRC is planning new improvements at Dexter, Chelsea Island Lake, Dexter Pinckney Island Lake, and 4 additional intersections within the city of Dexter as part of this project. The current conditions that we're looking at in here is the viaduct that everybody's well aware of over there. We will not be doing any improvements at the viaduct. We don't have the funding to replace the bridge, which needs to come through other sources. We cannot modify it as a historic structure, and the improvements of the viaduct are just not part of this project. Current conditions at Dexter Chelsea Island Lake Road. It's a 2-way roadway with a center turn lane at the intersection. The new roundabout will improve conditions by allowing more of a free flow condition for continuous movements through the intersection before the viaduct. Current conditions at Dexter Pinckney Island Lake includes a 2-way roadway with no turn lanes. We can see from the pictures that the intersection can easily be congested without having these additional lanes to have for additional queuing, storage, or bypassing vehicles needing to turn. Planning, why this intersection? We went through and received funding through CMAQ, which is our congestion mitigation and air quality grant to improve the intersections, which will improve safety, relieve congestion, and improve overall safety for pedestrians as well. The project plans: Island Lake Road at Dexter Chelsea Road is going to be a new proposed roundabout. Island Lake Road at Dexter Pinckney Road, we're going to have a new westbound right turn lane to the northbound, a center left turn lane, and along Main Street within the city of Dexter, we're going to do signal modernization at Broad Street, Baker Road, Meadowview Drive, and Dan Hoy Road. WRC looked into solutions to help with the flow of traffic at the Dexter Chelsea Island Lake intersection. WSRC and our consulting engineers firms looked at the signalized intersection versus roundabout and found that we did not have proper sight distance as well as other complications due to the existing viaduct. We moved forward with the design of the roundabout to help with traffic mitigation and maintaining the flow of traffic. There will be at times congestion happening, but with a roundabout, it will quickly unravel. The roundabout will also be adding pedestrian improvements, including new crosswalks and RRFB, rectangular rapid flashing beacons at the intersection. The roundabout will allow people to go westbound onto Dexter Chelsea Road and also straight through going northbound onto Island Lake Road through the viaduct. This allows free flow movement, flush congestion, and unravel traffic congestion quickly. WCRC understands numerous reported accidents occur every year at the existing viaduct, along with any unreported incidents. WRC will include the installation of new overheight detection systems on Island Lake Road to the east within the city limits, west on the opposite side of the viaduct, and southwest on Dexter Chelsea Road, Dexter Chelsea Island Lake Road. The pictures you see above are some examples of what the signage would look like. The overhead detection system promotes truck driver awareness of low clearance at the railroad viaduct, which also allow them to turn before they get to the viaduct. The system works similar to a garage door beam to trigger the lights. Examples of the signs are above. Similar to your garage door with the sensor along there, if it trips this with the overheight side, there will be lights that will go off before they reach the viaduct, allowing them to turn at either the roundabout or the opposite side on the west side of the viaduct to avoid a unfortunate incident there. Next slide. The next improvement we'll be talking about is the Dexter Pinckney Island Lake Road intersection near Jenny's Farm Market. Improvements at this intersection will reduce congestion for the westbound traffic predominantly. Improvements will include better lines of sight, a new right turn lane, updated pedestrian crossings and signalization. This will also allow for better flow of traffic, specifically during peak periods of traffic. The new right lane will have ample storage space and act similar to the Ann Arbor Sling Road and Wagner Road intersection. Signal modernization that we'll be doing within the city of Dexter will allow the new signals to be updated. They will communicate with each other. They will have new vehicle detection systems in there and updated pedestrian signals, including audible push buttons and improved ADA, bringing ADA up to compliance. The city of Dexter projects that we have that'll be going on consecutively while our work is going on that we should mention is paving along Main Street along the east side of the bridge to Baker Road. They'll be resurfacing the road for the on-street parking. They'll be installing new RRFBs, new ADA pedestrian improvements, and also completing water main improvements. Water main improvements will be going on consecutively, at least for a portion of this at our roundabout location, and will occur shortly after we close the intersection. They will complete their work, and then we will continue with our roundabout construction. Next slide. Other projects of interest going on will be Parker Road at Shield Road. There'll be a traffic signal installation. It will be going on during the possibly late 2025 or 2026 season. Dexter 5 Points intersection at Mass Road, Huron River Drive, and Joy Road intersection. That will be a new roundabout constructed that is currently in design and is planned for 2027. There'll be more public information going on in 2026. Our project funding and costs for this predominantly came from our CMAQ grant that we had mentioned before. We are receiving $1.6 million as part of that grant to put towards these improvements. And the remaining funds will be coming from our MTF funds with Michigan Transformation Funds. This comes from your license and registration fees and fuel taxes. The intersections at this is Dexter Chelsea Island Lake and Dexter Pinckney Island Lake will be closed all through traffic, and a detour will be posted. We'll be hosting another talk in the spring to talk about the details of the construction. Impacted traffic, there will be a posted northern detour to go on the north side of Dexter, which will take you on Dexter Town Hall Road or Dexter Pinckney Road if you're traveling north, or to Territorial Road and then south on Mass Road. A photo of that posted detour or similar detour is here. The red area being where the road will be closed to all traffic. Moving on to the next one for the southern detour, it'll be westbound Main Street detour will go to south on Baker Road and west on Shield Road and then north on Parker Road. An image of this is here. We're going to be submitting our bid documents to MDOT for their final approval. It'll go out for MDOT bid letting, which will occur late winter. We will have contractor award early spring. During this period of time, WCRC will be completing tree removals as part of this project. We will have a public information meeting in person on September 16th at the Dexter Library. The construction meeting in the spring is to be determined in 2026. If you have additional questions on the project, you feel free to give me a call or email. Email is going to be better, but here's my contact information. Project updates. I'm going to turn this back over to Tiffany so she can go through and help navigate how to get the project updates on our system.
Hi, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to show you how to get to this project page. For your information, I'm going to come out of the presentation and go into Google so you can see how to get there. One second, bear with me. So when you go into your Google in your browser, you go to WCRoads.org. That will take you to our website. And here is our website. And so to get to the project page, you go to Roadwork and Construction. For the current projects, you go do the drop down to current projects. Then you will scroll down. This is an interactive map of all the projects happening. If you click on one of these, you'll see the projects happening in this area. But then you can also scroll down to the project cards. So here, this project is the Island Lake Road and Dexter Main Street corridor improvements. There you'll click on the project card and click on the link there. You'll see all the information about this project, all the from the townships. It's also in Webster Township. I'll update that. This is propelling in 2026. The roundabout and signal interconnection. It's going to be a road closure with detour and it's federally funded. Here you can find all the information. This is where we'll update the project for project updates and road closures and everything you'll see there. We put our announcement there. So you'll start to see this with pictures and how the project is progressing. We'll also send in a notice about the when we are going to schedule the construction virtual public meeting as well. Here is Kevin's information on the side. There's some helpful links about roundabouts here. And when you want to subscribe, you can also subscribe to our project updates. Here is all the projects. You put your email address here. You put your name and your zip code. You click on whichever township you would like information on. You can click on if you want advisories from our lane closures, all the information there. And we have a weekly roadwork schedule that we speak on, and that we send out every Thursday. I'll show you where you can find that information. And here you can click on Island Lake Road, Dexter Main Street corridor improvements. There's also other projects at the bottom if you would like other projects information that you would like. As far as our weekly roadwork schedule, that is updated every Thursday. Then that speaks to what's going on and what we're doing, where we are, and every week. And so you can see those projects there. And we also will have links to the project pages. And here are all the contacts. Whereas if you had questions on those projects, you can call them or email them. Okay, I'm going to go back into our presentation. We will open up the presentation for a Q&A. I am getting your questions and comments. You were messaging me and I will get there in 1 second. So if you're viewing this meeting on your computer, first click on the Join Audio. You can then raise your hand by clicking the Participants or Reactions button there at the bottom of your screen, and then raise your hand button to the right of your screen. If you dialed into the meeting from your phone, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. As the meeting host, I will unmute participants with raised hands one at a time. I will announce either your username or the last 4 digits of your phone number. When it's your turn to speak, I will then unmute you again to say that we are happy to answer as many questions as possible, but please be respectful of others' time. Second. Now I'll begin with the question period here. Okay, so if you want to raise your hand, you're more than welcome to raise your hand, and the project managers will then answer your questions. Kevin or Nate will answer your questions. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first question from Jeanette. Where on Main Street will the warning system be installed?
The warning system on Main Street, we will have a larger sign. Can we go back up to that slide that shows what those warning lights, the overheight detection system looks like? It should be slide 15 maybe. There we go. So the larger overheight truck turn right when flashing sign, well, it's not going to be turn right, but it will be in advance of the bridge as you are exiting Dexter. So that's where we will have that flashing sight. The actual overheight detection pedestal, the 10-foot 9 pole that you see on the right-hand side of the image will be closer to where the fire station's at. That's where that warning system, that the actual trigger will be at. It will be going across the roadway so that they have enough time before they get to the roundabout and can navigate into the correct lane, so they can get over and out of the path of the viaduct, so they can continue on Dexter Chelsea Road and not go under the viaduct.
I'm sorry. Doug A asked, did you provide an estimated duration that the roads will be closed?
We are still finalizing that question. That's going to be mentioned probably in the spring in person, not the spring. The spring will be the construction meeting. We will be discussing that further at that time. And I believe that there will be some discussions that will be going on a little bit later, but that's still to be determined. It is likely going to go on before the school starts and following until after, but it's not been decided the exact duration yet.
Okay, I'm going to take
I
one
can add
person.
to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this project is going to take some time just because of all the coordination. It will start prior to school getting out. And it'll probably, most likely will extend into the fall season as well, due to the amount of work that we have.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to ask John to unmute, and you can ask your question. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, can you explain, there's a Pelham project of condominiums going up at that same time. How is that going to be affected?
We're going to be allowing for any construction traffic that needs to go in and out of the Pelham development to get in and out of the project site. If they had actual residents in the Pelham development, then we will again allow access to those residents in and out of the Pelham development. There will probably be, we will have to see when we get closer to construction where the Pelham development's at. There will likely be an one way in, one way out egress for the facility.
Okay, thank you, John. Okay. Do you have another question, John?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Jerry, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my main concern was what kind of safety technology you'll have for pedestrians and bicyclists, and I see you've taken care of it. Now, my only question is, are the audible push buttons, are they going to be touch-free?
I don't have the answer for that. I don't believe they're going to be touch-free.
Okay, it'd be nice if they could. I'd suggest if they could be touch-free, like the later ones are going to, like in Ann Arbor, the latest ones are touch-free. So I'm just suggesting if you could do that.
Push button. These ones will have push buttons on it.
Okay, but they're not going to be a touch-free push button.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, so are these slides available on the WCRC website? Justin asked that question. I can answer that question, Justin. They will be available within the next few days. I will update this video will be there as well as the slides. Okay, so my next person there. John said, you said the Pelham project, we answered that. Craig, these are all of my messages in my direct messaging. Will the roundabout fit in the existing road space or will additional land be used?
Tiffany, I apologize. Can you repeat that question one more time?
It says, will the roundabout fit in the existing road space or will additional land be used?
There will be some acquisition of property for the roundabout. We will be looking at those acquisitions right now and reaching out to those property owners about what we think. It will be fairly minimal that we'll be collecting, but we are going to be collecting or needing property for the roundabout.
Okay, thank you. And then Robert asked this question. Will you be reducing the speed limit on Dexter Pickney Road? Westridge residents are worried about being able to turn left out of either the entrance of the neighborhood, out of either entrance of the neighborhood.
There's no plan at this time to reduce either of there will be no plans at this time to reduce the traffic speeds or traffic speed limits.
Okay.
And as the traffic comes out of Dexter, the viaduct is right there, the railroad bridge, and that causes a lot of traffic calming just due to the geometrics making people slow down as they go in and through that bridge.
Okay. Phyllis has this question. Will the height warning system be placed on the other side of the viaduct also?
Yeah, so it'll be located within the city. It'll be located on the west side of the viaduct. And we will also have one to the southwest on Dexter Chelsea road that will be approaching the roundabout at that location. So the 3 approaches to the roundabout, we will have one in each direction.
Okay, thank you. Paul asked, why can't the road under the viaduct be lowered a couple of feet?
Part of this goes back to it being a historical structure, and we would be encroaching on the foundations of this structure as well. I'm not sure that anybody has plans for it, but the short answer is that it's not our bridge to be able to modify and to go deeper on.
Okay. Also, Eric asked, WCRC has already been in discussion with Dexter American Legion on the island acquisition. Further discussion will be taking place. That was Eric. RJK, I know you won't be changing the geometric of the viaduct, but are you guys paving the extended through it? The existing paving is a little rough in shape.
It's not in our current budget right now to be looking at that. So right now we're just concentrating on the widening at the Island Lake Dexter Pickney Road and Dexter Chelsea Island Lake roundabout area.
Okay. I want to say that's Carrie. Carrie says, has a simulation been done on the new roundabout plus the viaduct during heavy traffic times? Since the viaduct is at times one lane road and will foresee a backup of vehicles within the roundabout.
It was modeled and it was reviewed, yes.
Okay. I believe this is, forgive me for pronunciation, but I think that's Manol. Where specifically will the overheight detection sign be located? I think we've answered that, but if you can talk to that again, Kevin, I appreciate that for some people who didn't hear.
This is for are we talking about the city again?
No, he's just said, where will it be? Where will the overheight detection sign be located? The signs.
So the main sign will be located if you were in the city of Dexter going westbound immediately before the bridge. On the north side of the roadway, there will be a large overheight detection sign, and it will flash if the trigger is if it is triggered to go off. That's where the location will be at. Is be just on the east side of the bridge. There will be 2 additional locations where we will have signs and flashings, one along Dexter Chelsea Road and one along Island Lake Road on the west side of the viaduct.
Thank you. I have Craig Have you considered hybrid curbs on Main Street to transition between parking and outdoor dining purposes like it was done on State Street in Ann Arbor?
Those are questions for the city.
Okay,
Yeah, that would be outside of the limits of this project and outside of actually the county road network. That would be a city infrastructure question. So that's out of our purview.
okay. Thank you. Robert wanted to make a comment. Not paving under the bridge is a bad decision. The road is dangerous and it should be reconsidered. That he just made a comment. And also, Manol said in the WCRC is that the right of way bridge? Is WCRC right of way of the bridge? I'm not sure what he's trying to say there.
I think maybe he's talking to the Main Street Bridge. So yes, the WCRC limits is just to the east side of that Main Street Bridge. And that bridge is owned by the county, yes.
Okay, and he says for the overheight detection sign. I think he was wondering, is that the right of way for the overheight detection sign? That's what he was mentioning there. Do we have any other questions? If someone would ask needs a question answered here, we can. I can. Oh, see, Kurt, I'm going to ask you to unmute. 1 second. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Chandra. Question, which I think I've seen a lot of comments just in social media about this project the past couple of months. I live in Dexter Township. I work in the city of Dexter, so I travel under the viaduct multiple times a day, dropping off kids to the schools over the past 12 years. I know between about 7:15 a.m. and 8 a.m. coming through town, extreme congestion during the school year. But when you're coming in on Island Lake into town, you get an extreme amount of traffic turning left from Main Street onto Dexter Chelsea Road trying to get to the high school. This amount of traffic is now going to have the right of way through that roundabout and cause even more congestion, in my mind, on Island Lake Road for all those parents trying to get their kids to school. Before, all those high schoolers, they had to wait until someone let them in to turn left. Now they're going to get the right of way. And it's probably 50 to 100 cars. I mean, you see any relief to that morning traffic on Island Lake Road with this roundabout? If the other traffic is getting the right of way, I just feel like it's really gonna back it up on Island Lake Road even more, at least during that 45-minute commute.
I can take that one. This is Brent Schleck, Director of Engineering. Yeah, there will be times that, of course, there's too much volume for any intersection to handle, but through our modeling and through our experience with roundabouts, the roundabout will unravel much faster than a traditional traffic signal or a multi-way stop or just a stop for Dexter Chelsea Road. So we did take a look at that. There will be times that it will be congested, but it should unravel pretty quickly.
Okay, so I mean, for me, I still anticipate significant congestion between 7:15 and 8 a.m. with the allowance of the traffic to head southbound on Dexter Chelsea Road to get to Shield and the high school, that area. They'll turn on Parker to get to the high school, of course. And then the second part of the question is the same thing. I work in the city of Dexter. I head home at between 5 and 5:30. And basically anyone coming off of Dexter Chelsea and heading west on Island Lake Road, they again are going to get the right of way. They're going to get to turn left in front of any Main Street traffic heading west on Island Lake Road, which now they have to wait. They have to wait till someone lets them in. But now they're going to get the right of way. And again, I see that evening commute traffic being backed up all the way past the Main Street light. And I think this is what people are complaining about. I'm just letting you know this, because when you have your meeting in September, when people come, I think the more people are going to ask about this. It's who gets the right of way through congested periods during those commute periods. And I think a lot more traffic coming from 94 to get home that goes through the viaduct. They will take Baker to Shield, to Parker, to Dexter, Chelsea, to actually get the right of way at that roundabout. That's what people are talking about. And I work at Walkabout Creek right on Baker, and our entrance is at a roundabout, and I can't get out at 5 o'clock. No one will let me in, and I have to wait sometimes 20 cars to get through that roundabout. And it's because traffic is coming through there at 30, 40 miles per hour. And now I'll have to go through too. And I will go Dexter, Chelsea to get home after this roundabout, because I'll get the right of way at Main Street. So I'm just
And
letting you
certainly-
know, this is what concerns people.
No, and I appreciate that. And certainly people will adjust their routes. Again, it's a balance, right? We're balancing safety with congestion. And certainly there will be times of congestion and people will adjust. Traffic's like water. In some instance, they'll find the fastest route or the easiest route. And so with that, then we can adjust. We believe that the roundabout's going to provide the best solution for this intersection and be able to unravel quickly. But yeah, there will be times when it does get congested.
All right, thank you. I was just wondering what your comments were about those.
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Do we have any other questions or any concerns that you want to make available? We're available to answer anything there. I don't have anything right now. I just wanted to give people a chance to ask those questions. If not, I'm going to wrap this up. We do have another meeting that we will have. Our in-person public meeting we want to remind you about is our open house. It's an open house feel. You'll be able to speak to Kevin and all of our staff members, a few staff members here, talking about traffic and safety with the roundabout, all of the details of this project. We will be at the Dexter District Library on Alpine Street on Tuesday, September 16th from 6 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. You're more than welcome. We're open to speaking to you to talk about more about this project in person. We also want to let you know to visit the project page at WCRoads.org. Subscribe to receive project updates on this project or other projects that you may be interested in. Kevin's information is right there on your screen. That's his phone number, 734-327-6693. Or you can reach him there at his email address. Oh, I do have, before we close out, I do have a question. 1 second, I don't want to close out without addressing RJK. I'm going to ask you to unmute before we get out of here.
Okay, thank you for.
You cannot present, sir. We don't.
No, I know.
Okay,
Can
go
you
ahead.
hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks for squeezing me in. Could you go back to the slide that shows the addition of the right turn lane onto Dexter Pinckney Road?
One
That shows the
second.
whole length of, that's the one.
Yes.
With regards to tree removal for the installation of that right turn lane, my house is one of those houses that are backing right up to that turn lane. And we already have some fairly minimal shade trees that are probably in the right of way. And I'm just wondering, are you clear cutting that right of way? Is every one of those trees going to be gone? And I'm going to lose any little bit of shade from the south oriented sun that I get every day?
No, the plan is that we would not be doing clear cutting out to the edge of the right of way. We don't want to be clearing what we would need to, and the berm is staying. So along the so within the picture, you can see where the existing right of way is in black there, which is probably close to the top of the berm or near the berm over there. So that's our right-of-way limits. We will be
Okay.
only clearing as much as what we need to be able to facilitate the construction of the project.
When will trees be flagged or marked as to when they're coming out?
We're working internally to when that schedule is looking like, so I can't give you a specific answer other than it will be before springtime because there are limitations on when we can clear trees during the season there. So it'll be late fall, early spring is when we would be looking at, but I don't have a specific answer for you right now.
Okay, I guess the only thing I'll request is that you be surgical with your removal and have some pity on us south-facing residents that get blasted by that sun. And if at all possible, leave as many trees as you can.
Understood.
Thank you.
Oh, 1 second. I think we have another comment here at the bottom. Oh, we're getting some positive comments. Some of our participants are saying thanks. The meeting was informative, and these slides and the video will be posted on the website, on the project page website in the next day or so. So please stay tuned to that and subscribe to our project updates there on the website. I've gone through that. That's at WCRoads.org, and we just want to remind you about the in-person meeting one more time. It will be Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, on 2025 this year, 6 p.m. through 7:15 at the Dexter District Library. We will be there. That's Kevin's information on the screen. I just want to give you a chance to take a look at that. We want to say thank you for attending our meeting.